right, good evening, everybody. Welcome into Jammin' Sports on this Wednesday. Now, yesterday we had today advertised as a triple header, but as fate would have it, I only have time to do 2 games tonight. There are some things I have to deal with a little bit later on. I have pressing issues of the personal nature. So we're only going to do 2 games tonight, but we'll still have a couple of games here. It'll be Carolina and Detroit to lead things off. The Carolina Panthers have been eliminated from the playoffs already with a 4-9 record, whereas the Detroit Lions sit at 9-4. They are currently in first place in the NFC Central, a game over the Packers, who sit at 8-5. So the Lions need to win to keep that 1-game lead, and the Lions play the Packers next week. That's going to be a big game in Week 15. All right, if you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. Let's go over the standings real quick. Misty is 82-72. Excuse me. 10 games over 500, and Misty is taking Detroit in this one. Gracie is 76-79, 3 games under 500. Gracie also taking Detroit in this one. Rasputin is now 14-9 on the season, 5 games over, and he's taking the Lions in this one. Evil Dead is 177. Don't know who he's taking yet, but he's 23 games over 500. Penn and Getty is 29-22, 7 games over 500. I don't know who he's taking. Storm Taker is 1-1, and I don't know who he is taking in this one. All right. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, please follow, like, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell. All right. Let's head out to Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan for this one. It'll be the Panthers and the Lions. The Lions have nothing to play for. And our second game tonight, by the way, will be the Bengals and the Colts. We'll talk more about that when we get there. All right, let's head out to Detroit. Panthers, Lions here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome into Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. It's the Panthers and the Lions. And welcome in to another NFL matchup here at Jammin' Sports. Great to have you along. It'll be Carolina and Detroit. The Lions trying to keep their 1-game lead in the NFC Central Division. The Panthers are just playing for pride, as they've been mathematically eliminated from the playoffs already. Detroit will get the opening kickoff for underway, live from Ford Field. From the 6-yard line, on the return, Dylan Neal out to the 27-yard line. Evil Dead has Detroit in this one. Penn and Getty also has Detroit. It's a clean sweep so far. Just waiting for Storm Taker now to give me his pick. Starting quarterback, Max Long, the rookie out of Tennessee State. His phone is dead right now. Gotcha. I forgot the Lions had throwbacks on 25. They look good. I'll go over them here in a second. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Long under center. Throwbacks look good. Long. Hands off to Carter Jamison. And Jamison, a big gain down the sideline. 1 man to beat. All the way out to the 39. It's a 32-yard run by Carter Jamison into Panthers territory. Penn and Getty is 29-22. Evil Dead is 177. Rasputin is 14-9. Everybody's taking Detroit so far. You're welcome. Long on 1st and 10, dumps it off. Kevin Aaron's the tight end out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 11. Another Lions first down. Madden 19 doesn't have these uniforms. 25 does. These early 1990 uniforms, late 80s for the Lions, look good. Long on 1st and 10. Long throws and caught. Dylan Neal, touchdown. Detroit takes them 3 plays. A 28-yard touchdown catch by Dylan Neal, the 8th-year receiver out of VMI. And Detroit takes a 6-0 lead. That didn't take the Lions long at all. Evan Belton would come on for the extra point. The rookie out of San Jose State. Snap, kick is up. And it's good. Lions lead it 7-0. A 3-play, 73-yard drive only took 47 seconds. 7:10 left to play here in the first quarter. Live from Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. The Lions a game up on the Packers at the moment, and the Packers play later this week. Green Bay plays the Sunday night game at Tampa Bay. There's the kickoff. From the 4-yard line, bringing it back for Carolina on the return, number 87, Kendall Anderson, in his second year out of Iowa, the wide receiver. And now Luke George will lead the Carolina offense out onto the field. It's happened twice in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed, yeah. However, it worked out for Philadelphia last night. Four wide, George under center. 1st and 10. George rolls out, throws, and dumps it off down the sideline to Moore, the tight end, Jared Moore, in his 3rd year out of Notre Dame, a gain of 9, out to the 37-yard line. 1st and 10, Panthers. Tell you what, those Lions throwbacks look good. The Saints sicken me. 4 wide. George quickly throws outside. It's incomplete. That's number 82. I'm sorry. John Cunningham could not hold on. The 5th-year receiver out of Oregon. The Saints sicken me. That's hilarious. They had that game won, man. They're up 21-3. 3rd and 1 from the 27-yard line. George got hit at the line, incomplete. It'll be 4th down. They're up 28-6. Thank you. I knew I misquoted that. And you walked in right as they won, huh? Jordan Finch back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 21-yard line. Making the fair catch, Dylan Neal, and now the Lions will take over. So you got home just in time to see that. Initially, I wasn't sure he caught it until he jumped up with it. 1st and 10, Detroit from the 22-yard line. They lead it 7-0. 6:28 left to play here in the first quarter. Long in the shotgun on 1st down. Long looking. Long throws near side and caught by Neal out to the 30-yard line. A gain of 8. And that'll bring up 2nd and 2. Well, I didn't mean to upset Anthony Jr. That's funny. Second and 2 from the 30-yard line. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. Long hands off to Jamison. And Carter Jamison to the 31-yard line. And a Lion got shaken up on the play. Number 80, that's Teddy Lewis, the tight end, the rookie out of Oklahoma. It'll be 3rd and 1 for Detroit at their own 31. 5:59 left. Five wide, empty backfield, Long in the shotgun on 3rd and 1. Long throws quickly across the middle, incomplete. Looking for Dylan Neal. He led him a bit too far. Be 4th down. Right now, Detroit at 9-4. They're the number 2 seed in the NFC at the moment. Bryce Taylor will punt, gets the punt away. The Rams, of course, the 1 seed. Fair caught at the 23-yard line by John Cunningham. And now Carolina will have it 1st and 10 from their own 24 with 5:51 left in the first quarter. Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan, Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. Misty and Grace are at church. It's revival week. 1st and 10. George in the shotgun, 4 wide. Moore in motion, the tight end. George looking, throws, and caught by Jared Moore out to the 30, a gain of 6. Kerry Starnes on the tackle for Detroit. Starnes in his 12th year out of LSU, and that'll bring up 2nd and 4. I see those Lions uniforms. I'm looking for Barry Sanders out there. On 2nd and 4, George in the shotgun. George throws near side and caught by Moore. And Moore, no gain. The linebacker, DeAndre Watts on the tackle, and the rookie out of Rice. It'll be 3rd and 4 from the 30. Big 3rd down for Carolina. Trailing 7-0 here in the first. George in the shotgun. George throws underneath. Incomplete. Looking for John Quick. And that was broken up by DeAndre Watts, the linebacker. It'll be 4th down. Carolina does not have a 1st down as of yet. Jordan Finch back to punt. Finch gets the punt away. And that'll be fielded at about the 25, the call at the 26, as Dylan Neal makes the fair catch. Max Long will come back out to lead the Detroit offense. First and 10 for the Lions at their own 26. Single back. Long looking. Long looking. Long in trouble. Long is going to get sacked and fumbles. Lineman falls on it at the 2-yard line. That's a loss of 24 yards. Damian Griffey was the one that forced the fumble, and that was definitely out. And fortunately for the Lions, number 71, Mark Saunders, the right tackle, fell on the football at the 2-yard line. 2nd and 34, stellar. In the I formation, Long under center. Long hands off to Carter Jamison, and Jamison out to the 4-yard line, a gain of 2 yards. And that'll make it a manageable 3rd and 32. Not many plays in the playbook for a 3rd and 32. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Lions up 7-0. 4 wide, single back. Long under center. Long, it's a give-up play. They hand off to Jamison. And Jamison out to the 13-yard line, a gain of 9. And that'll bring up 4th and 23. So Bryce Taylor will come on to punt again for the Lions. Yeah, the Pats have a play for that. Taylor back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fielded at the 40-yard line by John Cunningham. And that's where Carolina will have it, 1st and 10, going the other way. Here at Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. The 9-4 Lions, the 4-9 Panthers. This is true. 5 wide, George in the shotgun. George throws, caught underneath by Cunningham out to the 45. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. But they do go for it more often on 25. Most often in situations where it makes sense to. 2 backs in the backfield on 2nd and 5. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Darryl Holt. And Holt picks up a yard to the 47. Stephon Brown on the tackle for the Lions. And that'll bring up 3rd and 4. Lions come out. Panthers come out. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. Got 2 big cats playing. George looking. Throws and caught on the sideline, but a flag is down. Making the catch, J.T. Franklin. Illegal touching on Franklin. He stepped out of bounds, came back in. Incomplete pass. And the Panthers still do not have a first down. That goes down as an incomplete pass. It'll be 4th down. Jordan Finch back to punt, or as Evil Dead would say, quality. Finch gets the punt away. And that's going to be out of bounds at the 24-yard line. Detroit still up 7-0. 2:16 left to play here in the first quarter. Lions will start from their own 24-yard line. Big game next week. Detroit at Green Bay. Depending on what happens here, that could be for the NFC Central title. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. Long. Hands off to Jamison, and Carter Jamison out to the 32-yard line. A gain of 8. That'll bring up 2nd and 2. 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Carter Jamison in his 5th year out of Oregon State. By the way, Rasputin is working late again tonight. He hopes to be in later. Long on 2nd down. He gets batted down at the line of scrimmage by the linebacker, number 51. That's Wade Sullivan, the former Redskin, in his 6th year out of Michigan. 3rd and 2 from the 32-yard line. Lions come out 4 wide. Long in the shotgun. Long looking. Long in trouble. Long gets sacked by Sullivan back at the 23. A loss of 9. And that's going to bring up 4th and 11. Detroit got a quick score 3 plays into the game, but their offense has been sputtering since. It'll be 4th and 11 back at the 23-yard line. Bryce Taylor comes back in to punt for the Lions once again. Back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fielded at the 30-yard line. Bringing it back is on the return, number 82, John Cunningham, out to the 34-yard line. And that's where the Panthers will have it, 1st and 10. 1:16 left here in the first quarter. So Pettinghetty was throwing stuff around, huh? That was quite the finish last night. I think there was like 4 seconds on the clock. Four wide, 3 to the far side. George in the shotgun. It was a bad scene. George looking. George throws and caught by Darrell Holt. And Holt to the 37-yard line. A gain of 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7. Tackle made by number 24, Kerry Starnes, the 12th year safety out of LSU. Under a minute left in the first quarter. On 2nd and 7. Talk the poor kids. Had to talk him off the ledge, huh? George throws outside, caught, but he steps out of bounds. That's John Quick. Pickup of 5 out to the 42, be 3rd and 2. Carolina still does not have a first down. Hoping to get one here. 3rd and 2 from their own 42-yard line. 4 wide, George under center. George to Holt, and Holt manages to get the first down out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 3. You punched your fist through the TV? I hope not. From what I understand, it's an expensive TV. Carolina finally with a first down. 1st and 10 from their own 45. Will they get the playoff in time? They do. George looking, throws, caught by Holt. And Darrell Holt all the way out to the 49-yard line. And that's the end of the first quarter. Lions up 7-0 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Ford Field. Detroit, Michigan. We start the second quarter. The Lions at 9-4 lead the 4-9 Panthers 7-0. 2nd and 4 for the Panthers at the Detroit 49-yard line. That's right. They hand off to Darrell Holt, who makes his way out to the 45-yard line. A gain of 4, be 3rd and inches. It's not for the faint of heart. That's why I don't pick games. I just call the games. I don't pick them. 3rd and inches, 4 wide for the Panthers. George in the shotgun. George looking. George steps up, and George is going to take off. Luke George, a big gain out to the 21-yard line. And that's going to be a gain of 28 yards and a first down. Oh, I found out why the quarterbacks were rushing for 100 yards or more, and I fixed that problem. You have to go in and set a setting on each quarterback. I'll explain here in a second. 1st and 10 from the 21. George hands off to Holt, and Darrell Holt to the 14-yard line, a gain of 7. A quarterback has 3 settings: pocket, scrambler, or balanced. Okay? So I went through every individual starting quarterback, and a lot of people were scramblers, so I reset that. 2nd and 3 from the 14-yard line. George in the shotgun. George hands off to Holt, and Darrell Holt plows forward to the 7-yard line. A gain of 7. It'll be 1st and goal from the 7. Darrell Holt in his 11th year out of Maryland. I would say about half the quarterbacks are balanced and the other half are pocket passers. Or supposed to be, anyway. In tight, 1st and goal. George outside and complete. Like Luke George, for instance, he's balanced. And Max Long also balanced. The younger ones, I'll make them more balanced. The older ones, no, they're going to be pocket passers. Second and goal from the 7. George hands off to Holt, and Darrell Holt to the 3-yard line. A gain of 4 yards, be 3rd and goal. Coming up to make the tackle, number 28, Levi Myers, the 6th-year safety out of Hawaii. Somebody like Will Howard on the Patriots, I put him at pocket passer. He has no business running down the field. 4 wide on 3rd and goal. George in the shotgun. George looking. George in trouble. George throws and throws it away. Now, the big, stocky guys like George, I'll make them balanced. It'll be 4th and goal. And the Panthers will have to settle for a field goal. This will be a 20-yard attempt by Chris Jackson. To get the Panthers on the board, the kick is up, and it's good. Lions lead it 7-3. 5:36 left to play here in the first half. All right, let's see who they play next week. Well, we know Detroit has that huge game next week at Green Bay. That could be for the division title, depending on what happens with the Packers game against Tampa Bay. In Carolina next week, we'll host Philadelphia. Chris Jackson will kick off. Yeah, don't overlook this one. From the 5-yard line, Dylan Neal brings it out to the 28-yard line. And that's where the Lions will take over. Carter Jamieson, his day so far. Lions finished in last place in the NFC Central last season, but they have vaulted to first place this season at 9-4. They were 5-11 last season. Four wide for the Lions. Long in the shotgun. Long looking. Long in trouble now. Gets sacked back at the 18-yard line. A loss of 11. Sack was made by Dwayne Gates, the 6th-year linebacker out of Arizona. It'll be 2nd and 21. Other than that opening drive, Lions aren't really doing all that well offensively. .520 and counting. Maybe it's the throwbacks, throwing them off. I don't know. I wanted to try them. 4 wide, Long in the shotgun. They look good, though. Long looking. Long throws and caught. Making the catch downfield, Dylan Neal out to the 27-yard line. A gain of 9 to bring up 3rd and 12. Neal in his 8th year out of VMI. And the Lions face a 3rd and 12 from their own 27. 4 receivers set wide. Long in the shotgun. Long draws back. Long throws near side. Caught by Kevin Aarons, the tight end. Nearly got the first down. Comes up 2 yards short. A gain of 10. It'll be 4th and 2 at their own 37-yard line. Detroit will punt. Bryce Taylor back into punt again. Taylor gets the punt away. And this will be fair caught at the 15-yard line by John Cunningham. And that's where Carolina will take over. Detroit letting Carolina hang around. On paper, Detroit's a lot better. You know what I always say about letting a team hang around? It usually comes back to bite you in the ass. That's right, I said ass. A donkey. 1st and 10 from the 15, 4 wide. George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws and caught. That's Jared Moore out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 13 yards. We have an injury timeout for Carolina, as the offensive lineman, number 73, Walters, goes to the sideline. 1st and 10 from the 28. Those uniforms look good. I like the throwbacks on the Lions. I'm going to use them from now on. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. George under center. George hands off to Holt, and Holt to the 30-yard line. A gain of 3. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Under 4 minutes left to play here in the first half. Lions up 7-3. We have the Bengals and the Colts up next. We'll be in Indianapolis for that one. Panthers come out. George in the shotgun. Penningetty, go ahead and give me the question of the day. They hand off to Holt. And Darryl Holt out to the 39. A gain of 9. And that'll be a Panther first down. And Penningetty, you don't have to be so formal. If you have a question, just ask me. I'm okay. But I appreciate it. Actually, the current ones are these. On 1st and 10, they hand off to Holt. And Holt out to the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 yards. I know he's messing with me because I've said it like 3 times. Yes. I got a good trivia question for you. I'll give it to you right after this. 2nd and 6 from the 44-yard line. I should have like Aflac trivia of the day or something. They throw downfield, incomplete. They were looking for J.T. Franklin. It'll be 3rd and 6 for the Panthers. Name the only past Super Bowl matchup that cannot happen again. There you go. 3rd and 6 from the 44-yard line. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. Holt in motion. George looking. George throws, and he throws it away. Incomplete. It'll be 4th down. And the Panthers will punt. I need a sponsor. I should do that. This will be like your Budweiser trivia. I would love to have a sponsor. Jordan Finch back to punt. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 15-yard line. Making the fair catch, number 82. That's Dylan Neal. You know what? Rasputin works for Pepsi. I should see if he can get me a Pepsi sponsorship. I'd put a Pepsi logo in the upper left corner, no problem. You hear that, Pepsi? Or Mountain Dew, or whatever you want me to put up there. I'll put it up there. 1st and 10. Mountain Dew's a Pepsi product. Long under center. Long. Hands off to Jameson. And Jameson up the middle. Yep, out to the 30-yard line. Penningetty is correct. Jets Colts. That was before the merger. The Colts were an NFL team and the Jets were an AFL team. The Baltimore Colts came over in 1970 as part of the merger agreement. 1st and 10, but we hit the 2-minute warning. Live from Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. Lions lead the Panthers 7-3. 1st and 10, Detroit from the 30-yard line. 4 wide. Long in the shotgun. Long looking. Long, watch out. Boy, he's gotten sacked a lot. A loss of 11. Sack was made by Elijah Andrews, the 3rd-year defensive end out of Arizona State. I tell you what, the Panthers, even though they're eliminated from the playoffs, they have come to play today. Oh, after further review, I was up early this morning looking at my options. After further review, even if I have to use 25 or 27 or 56 next season, I can still make it a 14-week 26-team league. It's what I want to do. I want to drop down to 14 weeks to get the seasons done. And I figured out a way. So I'm back to that strategy. 2nd and 21. Long under center. Taking his time. Long. Hands off to Carter Jameson. And Jameson out to the 23-yard line. A gain of 3. Wade Sullivan, the linebacker, on the tackle. And that'll bring up 3rd and 18 for Detroit. Other than that opening drive, the Lions have faced 3rd and long several times. Third and 18, Long under center. Long hands off to Jameson, And Carter Jamieson out to the 28-yard line. A gain of 6 will be 4th and 12. And Detroit will punt. Carolina took a couple of timeouts to conserve time. They have 1 timeout left. 1:11 left in the half. The Panthers would love to get a score before halftime, take the lead. Bryce Taylor back to punt again. His 4th time. Gets the punt away. Fair caught at the 30-yard line by John Cunningham. And now with 1:06 and a timeout, Carolina will take over at their own 30. Let's see if they can get a score here before halftime. Lions should be up big. But sometimes you play down to the team you're playing, and that's never a good thing. 4 wide, George in the shotgun, 1st and 10. George looking. George throws and caught down the sideline, and that is why J.T. Franklin, 70 yards, touchdown, Carolina, as they take the lead. About a minute before halftime. J.T. Franklin, the 6th-year receiver out of SMU, the former Raider, a 70-yard reception. He got behind the secondary, and he was gone. And the Panthers have taken the lead, 9-7. Oh boy. If the Lions lose, this opens the door for the Packers. They play at Tampa Bay later this week. Chris Jackson for the point after. Jackson's kick is up and good. And the Panthers with the lead now, 10-7. Just 1 play drive. 58 seconds left in the half here at Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. I was looking on the EA shop right now. You can get a bundle, College Football 27 and Madden 27. And you'd get the game 4 days early. It's a digital. I can order the digital now if I want to. It's like $150. $149.99. There's the kick. From the 7-yard line. On the return, bringing it back, number 85. That's Avery Grayson. I was thinking that too, but I painstakingly made sure the rosters were the same. For the most part, though, the teams are playing similar. I mean, the bad teams still suck. Let's put it that way. 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Long, looking. Long, rolls out. Long, throws, and incomplete. It's not so much their ratings. It's the sliders. I really have to look at the sliders hard. It's more of a slider thing than it is individual rating thing. 5 wide, empty backfield, Long in the shotgun, 1st and 10, Long looking, throws outside and caught on the sideline for a 5-yard gain out to the 32-yard line was Dylan Neal. That stops the clock with 45 seconds left in the half. Lions still have 3 timeouts. Yeah, really, you're absolutely right. I didn't think about that. Good point. Long on 3rd and 5, throws across the middle, incomplete. Kevin Aarons could not catch it. He took a shot from Claxton. David Claxton, the 4th-year safety out of Syracuse. It'll be 4th and 5. Detroit, their offense has just gone stagnant. Bryce Taylor to punt for the 5th time in the half. Gets the punt away from the 20. Cunningham out to the 24-yard line. You may be right. I think you are. Because they keep facing 3rd and longs. They keep getting sacked. And now the Panthers with 35 seconds and a timeout. We know they can score from deep. You got to watch out here. 4 wide for Carolina. George in the shotgun. 1st and 10 from their own 24. Yeah, you're right. George throws outside and caught by Jared Moore, the tight end, out to the 27, a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. I think the Panthers are just, well, they took a timeout with 21 seconds. I was about to say they might just let the clock run out, but they took a timeout. We're still in the early afternoon games here in Week 14. In fact, we have 2 more early afternoon games left before we get to the late afternoon games. 4 wide. George in the shotgun, 2nd and 7. George looking. George in trouble now. George, he gets sacked. Back at the 16. A loss of 11 on the play. Coming in was Johnny Keys on the safety blitz in his 2nd year out of Ole Miss. I'm thinking about getting the bundle. I'm not sure yet. Reason being, I'm not sure if I want to do another college season or not. I've been watching some of the videos on the college. They totally revamped. In fact, the guy doing the video was shocked. He said, it's almost like EA made a brand new game. It's so different. Luke George, hands off. It's going to be a loss of yards back to the 21-yard line. It'll be 4th and 21 as Darryl Holt couldn't get anywhere. Detroit took a timeout. They're forcing a punt. What I'm waiting for is a gameplay video for Madden 27. Back to punt, Jordan Finch. And it'll be fielded at the 40 and brought back by Dylan Neal out to the 48-yard line. The gameplay on college football looks outstanding, and they totally revamped everything. I mean, I find myself missing college football now that my season's over. 4 wide, 3 to the near side. 1st and 10. This could be the last play of the quarter. Long, looking. Long, looking. He's going to throw it deep. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. We go to halftime. Halftime score, Carolina 10, Detroit 7 here at Jammin' Sports. And welcome back to Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. Panthers lead the Lions 10-7. We have the makings of a spectacular upset here. The Panthers will get the second half kickoff. Evan Belton will kick for Detroit. From the 4-yard line on the return, over the 20 and out to the 24-yard line, it's Kendall Anderson. For Madden 27, I haven't found any yet, but I haven't really been looking all that hard. I mean, they come up on I get automatic feeds on some subjects, and I'll look. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. I appreciate that. Jared Moore in motion. And Luke George throws across the middle for a 3-yard gain out to the 27-yard line. Catch was made by Philip Lee, the 2nd-year tight end out of Southern Miss. Now, the couple of videos I saw on 27, on 2nd and 7, 4 wide, George throws a screen to Holt, and Holt to the 26-yard line. Actually lost a yard to be 3rd and 8. The couple of videos I saw have nothing to do with gameplay. I was really impressed, though, with graphics and presentation. I mean, it looks spectacular. As does college football. 3rd and 8 from the 26. George in the shotgun. George looking. George in trouble now. George gets flushed out of the pocket, takes off. And Luke George fumbles. The ball's sitting out there, and John Quick, who was trailing the play, came up with a loose football down to the 40-yard line. That'll be a first down for the Panthers. Panthers got lucky on that one. John Quick, the second-year receiver out of Georgia, pounced on the football. 1st and 10 from the 40. George in the shotgun. George looking, throws, and he overthrows everybody. Looking for John Cunningham. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. .6:32 left in the 3rd. Panthers up 10-7. Carolina comes out. 4 wide, single back. George in the shotgun. 2nd and 10. George hands off to Holt. Getting outside and tackled at the 40 for no gain. Tackle made by David Russell, the 9th-year defensive end out of Michigan. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 40-yard line. On 3rd down, 4 wide, 3 to the near side. George in the shotgun. George draws back. George looking. George in trouble. George getting sacked. A 2-yard loss back to the 38-yard line. Sack made by number 94, Deshaun Marsh, in his 6th year out of LSU, the defensive end. Jordan Finch into punt. Boy, we've had a lot of punts in this game. Fourth and 12. Finch back to punt again. Gets the punt away. And fair caught at the 17-yard line by Dylan Neal. First down, Lions. Panthers still lead by 3. Trying to get that upset. Yes, I've noticed that too, and I've been slowly adjusting sliders, trying to increase pass protection. I'll eventually lock it in. On 1st and 10 from the 17-yard line. Long, looking, throws down the middle, and caught by Dylan Neal down to the 30-yard line. And that'll be a first down for Detroit. This would be your ex-wife's favorite game? Okay. Lions come out 5 wide, 4 to one side. Long in the shotgun, 1st and 10. In motion is Lee. Long looking, throws and caught underneath. Making the catch, number 87. That's Isaac Peak to the 45-yard line, a gain of 15. Isaac Peak in his 5th year out of Montana, the wide receiver. After this game, I'll go in and adjust the sliders again. I'll increase pass protection. Slowly but surely, the sacks are getting less. 4 wide. 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Long, looking, throws deep downfield, incomplete, threw it away. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 4:34 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Panthers lead it 10-7. 5 wide, empty backfield, 2nd and 10. Long in the shotgun. Long, looking. Long throws near side. Caught on the sideline, but a flag is down.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness.
Oh, unnecessary roughness. They tackled him out of bounds. Dwayne Smith, tack on 15 for the Lions. Yeah, he was kind of like 5 yards out of bounds and then got tackled. So the Lions have it all the way down to the Panther 35. 5 wide, 1st and 10. Long looking. Long throws, caught underneath. And that's going to be Philip White down to the 21-yard line. A gain of 14, another Lions first down. You think it was on the quarterback? It was on the quarterback, though. They usually go roughing the passer. But you could be right. 4 wide, long in the shotgun, 1st and 10. Aaron's in motion. Long, looking, throws, and caught underneath by Dylan Neal down to the 12. A gain of 9 to be 2nd and 1. Clock continues to move. 3:35 here in the 3rd quarter. Long under center. Long quickly throws wide. Oh, he was wide open for a moment. But then Dylan Neal got stuck as he was trying to catch it. Putting the stick on him, number 31, David Claxon, the safety. I was about to call a touchdown. 3rd and 1 for the Lions now at the Panther 12. Long under center. Long. Hands off to Carter Jamison, and the last second effort gets the first down. Picks up 2 yards to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal, Detroit. Let's see where they mark the football. Nope, just outside the 10, so they can get a first down just shy of the goal line. 5 wide, Long in the shotgun. Long throws outside, caught by Peak down to the 4-yard line. A gain of 6, it'll be 2nd and 4. Isaac Peak on the catch. Detroit trying to retake the lead. 2:45 and counting. Bengals Colts up next. Long in the shotgun on 2nd and 4. Long to Jamison. Touchdown, Detroit. Carter Jamison, a 4-yard touchdown run. And the Lions retake the lead. As they go up 13-10. Well, he just ran over number 20, Eric O'Neal, the safety. And now Evan Belton will come on for the extra point. So the Lions offense finally gets back in gear. Yeah, really. Belton for the PAT. Kick is up. And it's good. Lions lead at 14-10. .233 left to play here in the 3rd quarter. Live from Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan, Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. Doubleheader tonight. We'll have a doubleheader tomorrow. It's your pinball tomorrow, so we'll just do 2. Who plays tomorrow? It'll be the Bears and the Vikings. And that'll be followed by the Chiefs and the Giants. There's the kickoff. From the 4-yard line on the return. Bringing it back, John Cunningham out to the 27-yard line. And then we'll do 3 games on Friday. I don't have the Rogan Raven this weekend. We're not gaming this weekend, so I'll be here Saturday as well. I don't have to worry about how late I'm up on Friday, so we'll do 3 games Friday. 2 tomorrow, 3 Friday. 1st and 10. Long in the shotgun from their own 27-yard line. Long throws underneath, incomplete. He overthrew his receiver. Led him too much. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Carolina comes out. Long in the shotgun. Franklin in motion. George looking. George. And he's going to get sacked back at the 15-yard line. And that'll be a loss of 12 yards. The sack was made by Odessa Cooper, the rookie out of Murray State, the defensive tackle. Yeah, I'm going to adjust the pass protection again. Now, some teams just have sucky offensive lines, but it is a trend. We're seeing a lot of sacks. Oddly enough, remember 2 seasons ago when the Jets beat the 49ers in the Super Bowl? That was on 25. And Riley Leonard never got sacked during that game. 2nd and 22. George in the shotgun. George looking, throws, and caught. Jared Moore, the tight end, out to the 26. A gain of 11. But that's going to bring up 4th and 11. And Carolina's going to have to punt. Detroit leads at 14-10. Back to punt, Jordan Finch. Gets the punt away. And from the 25-yard line on the return is Dylan Neal out to the 31-yard line. And that's where Detroit will take over with 1:24 left to play here in the third quarter. If the Lions win, they're guaranteed to still be in first place by at least a game over the Packers. Give me about 10 minutes between games so I can adjust the sliders and everything. And then we'll be back. Long hands off to Jamison, and Carter Jamison out to the 34, gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. A minute 5 and counting. Lions come out 4 wide. Long under center. Long hands off to Carter Jamison, and Jamison to the 36-yard line. A gain of 2, be 3rd and 5. Dwayne Smith on the tackle. The 11th year defensive back out of Clemson. 40 seconds left in the third. Jimmy Jam with Evil Dead and Penny Getty here. I think that's all that's here tonight. 3rd and 5, 4 wide. Long in the shotgun. Long looking. Long throws deep and caught. Kevin Aarons down to the 39-yard line. They cross midfield. A 24-yard gain to Kevin Aarons. And that'll be a Lions first down. Tackled on the sideline by Tucker Smith, the 10th year safety out of Arkansas. Lions come out 1st and 10. Long under center. Long hands off to Jamison, and Jamison out to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5. It'll be 2nd and 5. And that's the end of the third quarter. Lions up 14-10 here at Jammin' Sports. Welcome back to Ford Field. We start the fourth quarter. Lions up 14-10. They have it 2nd and 5 from the Panther 35-yard line. That's right, Beneghetti. They hand off to Carter Jamison, who makes his way to the 32-yard line, a gain of 2. It'll be 3rd and 3 for Detroit. Lions up by 4. Lions come out 4 wide, single back, everybody in tight. Long under center, hands off to Jamison, gets the first down, and Carter Jamison to the 28. A gain of 4. First down, Detroit. Lions starting to assert themselves now. They're like, we let the Panthers hang around long enough. Let's put them away. On 1st and 10 from the Panther 28 in the I formation. Long play action, throws deep, caught. by Isaac Peak down to the 2. A gain of 26. First and goal, Detroit. Tackle made by Russ Snow, the fourth-year safety out of Iowa. That'll be a Detroit first down. Lions can make it a 2-score game now with a touchdown. Lions, along with Pittsburgh, one of the surprise teams in the league this season. Worst to first. Jameson's in for the touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown run by Carter Jameson. And the Lions go up 20-10. A 10.2 possession lead with the extra point to come. Evan Belton for the point after. Evil Dead likes that. Everybody took Detroit in this one. Kick is up. And it's good. Lions lead it 21-10. 6:39 left to play. Here at Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan, Week 14. Jammin' Sports. Detroit, like I said, they play at Green Bay next week. And then we'll finish the season at Minnesota. So this is their last home game, barring a playoff game, which I'm sure they'll get. The Panthers host Philadelphia next week. And then Carolina will finish the season at Washington. There's the kick from the 4-yard line. John Cunningham on the return out to the 34. He gets outside. Not a bad return. And that's where Carolina will have it, 1st and 10. Some highlights. There's a sack. And there's another sack on Luke George. It's funny, my dachshund Ginger, usually she'll sit on the couch with Misty or anybody who's sitting on the couch. With both Misty and Gracie gone, even though the couch is behind me, she's sitting at my feet. She has been the whole game. Ever since they left. She misses mommy. 4 wide. George in the shotgun. 1st and 10. George looking. George. Yeah, phenomenal highlight package. George gets sacked again. Back at the 25. A loss of 9. The sack made by Austin Federick, the 6th-year linebacker out of Nevada. This is why Carolina's 4-9. It'll be 2nd and 19 from the 25. Panthers come out. George in the shotgun, single back. George looking. George throws near side and caught by the tight end, Jared Moore, out to the 31-yard line. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 13. Clock is moving, 5:48 and counting. Panthers down by 11. They got to get a first down here. George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws and incomplete. Looking for Cunningham. And he took a pretty good shot. I didn't see who it was by. That'll bring up 4th and 13 now, back at the 31. Panthers have to go for it. 5:38 left, down by 11. George looking. George throws and caught underneath by Jared Moore, but he's going to only get out to the 42-yard line. He ends up 3 yards shy of the first down. It was a gain of 10. It'll be a turnover on downs, and the Lions will take over. I think this is where the Lions take over and win the game. Carter Jameson, some highlights, a touchdown there. And that was the other touchdown. He's got 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Detroit up 21-10. .5:32 remaining. And the Lions will start at the Carolina 42-yard line. 5 receivers wide, 4 to one side. Long in the shotgun, but now they shift. It's going to be 4 wide now, a single back. Long looking. Long throws and led his receiver, Isaac Peak, a little bit too much. 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Getty is going to be 30 and 22. He's going to be 8 games over. Evil Dead's going to be 101 and 77. 2nd and 10 from the 42-yard line, 4 wide. Long looking. Long throws outside and caught. No, dropped. That was broken up by Russ Snow. 3rd and 10 from the 42-yard line. Rasputin's going to be 15 and 9. Gracie's going to be 77 and 79. 3rd and 10 for the 42-yard line. Peak in motion. Long looking. Long throws deep. And it's knocked down. Broken up by Tucker Smith. I don't think Detroit's going to try a 69-yard field goal or a 59-yard field goal. Misty's going to be 83 and 72. Oh, they're going to try it. Of course they are. From 59. Kick is up. This one has a shot. Nope. He missed it wide left. He Vanderjacked it. It remains a 21-10 ball game. I hope I didn't speak too soon here. I'll have to adjust those cards if I did. 5:17 left. Panthers down by 11. And the Panthers have it at their own 49-yard line. Detroit should have punted. 4 wide, 3 to the far side. George in the shotgun. George looking. George throws underneath. Caught by Jared Moore out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 8. It'll bring up 2nd and 2. Uh-oh. It's like Philadelphia and the Saints. 2nd and 2. Moore in motion. George looking. Throws. And it's caught by Jared Moore out to the 38-yard line. A gain of 5. 1st and 10 Carolina. 4:35 and counting. I think the Lions are going to hang on and win this. I know you don't want me predicting. 4 wide. 1st and 10 from the 38. George in the shotgun. Holt in motion. George looking. George throws outside. Holt makes the catch at the 35-yard line. A gain of 3. A linebacker, Marsh, on the tackle. Under 4 minutes left. 2nd and 7 from the Lion 35-yard line. Quick in motion. George back looking. George steps up. George is going to take off. George gets the first down out to the 24-yard line. A gain of 11. First down, Panthers. 3:32 and counting. Detroit keeping everything in front of them, making them eat up some time. Panthers go to the no huddle. 1st and 10 from the Lion 24-yard line. George looking. George throws and caught by Cunningham, who fights for the first down out to the 14. A gain of 10. John Cunningham on the catch. As we're coming up on 3 minutes left. 1st and 10 at the Lion 14-yard line. 4 receivers set wide. George in the shotgun. George looking. Throws and overthrows everybody. He was looking for the tight end, Jared Moore. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock. 2:46 left. 2nd and 10 from the Lion 14-yard line. 4 wide for Carolina. George in the shotgun. George to Holt, and Darryl Holt picks up 2 to the 12-yard line. Myers came up. Levi Myers, the safety, made the tackle. 2.5 minutes left. Coming up on the 2-minute warning. It's a big 3rd down. 3rd and 8 from the 12. 4 wide. George looking. George throws and incomplete. John Quick could not catch it. It was knocked away by Chris Hardy, 6th-year defensive back out of Illinois. Well, the Panthers need a field goal anyway. They're down by 11. They'll go ahead and kick one here. 39-yard attempt by Chris Jackson to make it an 8-point game. Kick is up, and it's good. So the Panthers draw to within 8. Now the question is, do you kick it onside or do you kick it away? I would kick it away since I have 3 timeouts, plus the 2-minute warning to work with. Lions lead it 21-13, 2:16 on the clock. Chris Jackson will kick off. There's the kick. From the 4-yard line on the return, Avery Grayson brings it out to the 28-yard line. 5th-year receiver out of New Mexico State. Carter Jamison over 100 yards on the day. I didn't realize that. Good for him. We have the Bengals and the Colts after this. We'll head to Indianapolis. 1st and 10. Detroit will have it at their own 28-yard line with 2:12 left. Lions need to put together a drive, eat up some time, get some first downs. 4 wide, Long in the shotgun. Long looking, throws underneath, and caught for a 7-yard gain by Kevin Aarons. Out to the 35 as we hit the 2-minute warning. Live from Ford Field, Detroit, Michigan. Week 14 here at Jammin' Sports. Lions up 21-13. On 2nd and 3, the Panthers will start taking timeouts. 4 wide, Long under center. Long hands off to Jamison, picks up the first down. That's huge. Out to the 41-yard line. A gain of 6. First down, Detroit. Panthers take a timeout. They only have 2 left. If the Lions can get one more, they're in business. First and 10 from their own 41-yard line. In the I formation. Long to Jamison. And Jamison out to the 48. A gain of 8. It'd be 2nd and 2. Lions or the Panthers take their second timeout. 1:52 left. If the Lions hold on, they'll get to 10 wins. 2nd and 2 from the 48. Jamison, another first down as Carter Jamison out to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 11. And that should do it as the Panthers take their final timeout. Panthers were game. They played tough today. I got to give credit where credit's due. But the Lions are going to go to 10 and 4. In the victory formation, Long will take a knee. We'll let the clock run down. And now Detroit gets set to play the Packers for what could be the NFC Central Championship game, depending on what happens with the Packers. Jameson again, out to the 41, no gain. It'll be 3rd and 10. They'll let it tick under 40 seconds before taking the snap. So theoretically, they only have to snap it one more time. Long in the victory formation. Takes a knee. Now you don't have to punt. Don't punt. Just run it out. Too many times they punt, and it drives me nuts. And they're back to punt. Bryce Taylor. That's not wise. Gets the punt away. But it's going to be academic. Ball game. Your final score, Detroit 21, Carolina 13. Thanks for watching here at Jammin' Sports. We have the Bengals and the Colts up next. We'll see you then.